Right now, invisible signals are moving through you, through walls, ceilings, and the air around you. They carry videos, messages, money, and data from across the world to your screen in seconds. You can't see them or hear them, yet your digital life depends on them. This unseen force is Wi-Fi. Now imagine this. If Wi-Fi vanished for one day, modern life would stop. Offices would close, schools would go silent, smart homes would fail, and even emergency systems would struggle. Yet most people have no idea how Wi-Fi actually works. We just trust it and move on. Now, ask yourself this question. How does a video stored on a server thousands of kilometers away suddenly appear on your phone without any visible connection? No wire plugged into your device, no physical cable connecting you to the world, just air. How is information traveling through empty space? Before we answer that, we need to clear up the biggest misconception of all. Wi-Fi is not the internet. This surprises many people. Wi-Fi and the internet are two completely different things. Wi-Fi is simply a wireless communication system. Its only job is to connect your device, your phone, laptop, or TV, to a router. That router is then connected to the real internet using physical cables, often fiber optic lines buried underground and under oceans. So, when you scroll social media or stream a video, your phone isn't magically accessing the internet, it's talking to your router first. The router then talks to the internet on your behalf. Now, let's break this down properly by asking the most important questions. Who created Wi-Fi? When did it begin? Where does it travel? And how does it actually work? First, who created Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi wasn't invented by a single genius in a lab. It evolved over decades through the work of scientists and engineers studying radio waves and wireless communication. The core ideas behind Wi-Fi were originally developed for military communication, radar systems, and scientific research. The goal was simple but powerful: allow machines to communicate without physical wires. Over time, those experiments turned into the technology we now use every day. Next question, when did Wi-Fi become part of our lives? The technology behind Wi-Fi existed as early as the 1970s, but it was expensive, slow, and limited. It wasn't until the late 1990s that Wi-Fi started appearing in homes and offices. At first, it was unreliable and frustrating, but when smartphones, laptops, and tablets became common, Wi-Fi quietly became one of the most important inventions in human history. Now, let's ask, where does Wi-Fi actually travel? This is where things truly get fascinating. Wi-Fi travels using radio waves. These are a type of electromagnetic wave, similar to the waves used by FM radio, television broadcasts, satellites, and even space communication. Your Wi-Fi router constantly sends out radio signals in all directions, through the air, through walls, through furniture, and sometimes even through neighboring apartments. These radio waves don't carry images, videos, or sound the way we experience them. Instead, they carry digital information, tiny pieces of data represented as ones and zeros. Every message you send, every photo you view, and every video you watch is broken down into this binary code. So, now the big question is, how does Wi-Fi actually work? Imagine your Wi-Fi router as a lighthouse in the dark. It continuously sends out a signal saying, "Is there any device out there?" Your phone responds, "Yes, it's me." Once this handshake happens, a secure connection is formed. The router then takes information from the internet and breaks it into tiny packets. These packets are converted into radio signals and transmitted through the air. Your phone receives these signals, decodes them back into digital data, and instantly turns them into text, images, sound, or video. This entire process happens in milliseconds, faster than your brain can consciously detect. But Wi-Fi communication goes both ways. When you tap a screen or send a message, your phone converts that action into data, turns it into radio waves, and sends it back to the router. The router then forwards it to the internet. This constant two-way conversation is happening thousands of times every second. So, which Wi-Fi is actually stronger? For long range and stability, 2.4 GHz is stronger. For speed and performance, 5 GHz is stronger. The strongest Wi-Fi isn't one signal, it's the right signal in the right place. That's why modern routers switch automatically, giving your device the best connection every moment. Now, let's address another common question. Why does Wi-Fi sometimes feel slow? The answer lies in sharing and interference. Wi-Fi is not unlimited. Every device connected to your router is competing for the same invisible space. Distance matters. Walls weaken signals, metal objects reflect waves. Even your neighbor's Wi-Fi network can interfere with yours. That's why internet speed often improves when you move closer to the router. Another important question is, how is Wi-Fi kept secure? Since Wi-Fi uses radio waves, anyone nearby could theoretically intercept the signal. That's where encryption comes in. Modern Wi-Fi uses advanced encryption techniques that scramble data before it's transmitted. Without the correct password, intercepted data appears as meaningless noise. This is why using strong passwords and updated security standards is essential. So, what is Wi-Fi really doing behind the scenes? It's acting as a translator between the digital world and the physical world. It turns data into waves, sends them through space, then turns them back into data again over and over, non-stop, every day. Finally, let's look ahead. What does the future of Wi-Fi look like? Wi-Fi technology is evolving rapidly. New generations are becoming faster, more efficient, and capable of handling thousands of devices at once. In the near future, Wi-Fi won't just connect phones and laptops. It will connect self-driving cars, smart cities, hospitals, factories, and entire infrastructures. So, the next time your phone loads a video instantly or your message reaches someone across the world in seconds, remember this: you're not just using the internet, you're riding invisible radio waves shaped by physics, engineered by science, and silently powering the modern world. If this video made you see Wi-Fi in a whole new way, imagine what's next. On InnoVision Tech, we break down the hidden science behind the technology shaping your life, simply, visually, and powerfully. So, if you're curious about how the world really works, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because the future isn't coming, it's already here.